Hello friends, welcome back. So in this step or session we are going to see the auto configuration and the dispatcher servlet. Okay, so first we need to understand what is the auto configuration in Spring Boot. So in Spring Boot, auto configuration is trying to to automatically configure your Spring application based on the jar dependency that you have added, right? So many times you are adding a dependency in a pom.xml, and that Maven is downloading that jar file, okay, and that jar file, okay, will be auto configured by the Spring Boot. Like suppose you downloaded the jar file, JDBC dependent jar file, so you don't need to configure and all. You don't need to create a connection between your Java and the JDBC. The Spring Boot will do for you, right? So you need to opt in a auto configuration by adding the enable auto configuration or Spring Boot application annotation to one of your configuration class. So using the auto configuration, Spring Boot is known to be a auto configuration. This is one of the pillar features of the Spring Boot which do the auto configuration is for you. So basically it allows developers to automatically configure beans in the Spring context based on different condition of the application. So more manual intervention is required by the developer, to configure in the either the web XML file or in the context file or any other kind of XML file. Spring Boot will do for you. So it's basically a Spring Boot approach to convention over the configuration paradigm, that is to minimize the number of decisions a programmer has to make when using a framework, right? So we'll see in a Eclipse code how Spring Boot internally binds the auto and do the auto configuration, how it does the automatically, how Spring Boot working for the developer to do the configuration, so that developer makes a fully concentration on the business side. And thereafter we'll see the dispatcher servlet. So auto configuration is nothing, it's a Spring Boot features that it does the configuration for the developer, okay, and it in behind the scene it does for all. We'll see in the code. And another is the dispatcher servlet. So this is the very important concept if you are working on the MVC. If you have gone through the servlet or Spring MVC, you must have gone through the dispatcher servlet. So what is the dispatcher servlet? So dispatcher servlet basically a front controller. It acts as a front controller. So what does it mean by the front controller? So every single web request, either it's a get request, put request, delete request, every kind of single request or the post request which is supposed to be processed by the Spring MVC or Spring Boot goes through the dispatcher servlet. So this is the single entry area. So dispatcher servlet provides a single point of entry, single point of contacts in our application, and it handles all kind of incoming requests like get request, put request, delete request, post request, right? So if you see the broader level of the diagram, this diagram has been given by the Spring doc itself. So whenever the request coming, it's going to the front controller, and front controller is basically knows each and everything where it needs to route. So it will route to the delegate the request to the controller, and basically it handles the request, create a model, and thereafter delegate the request to render the response. So here it will be a view resolver. So it will be resolving the view, and it will return back the response after viewing into the template and all. It will goes, the request will again come back to the front controller and it will send the response. So either it's the request is coming or going, this is the single point of entry. So all kind of request has to be routed from the front controller, right? So we'll see here, let's go ahead. So if you see the dispatcher servlet, this is the elaborated example. So dispatcher servlet, when the request is coming to the dispatcher servlet, okay, example like HTTP servlet request, it goes to the context, application context, and here there is a controller. So dispatcher servlet knows which controller I need to route the request, and basically it handler mapping is the component which handles the request, and thereafter once the processing is done, then the view resolver is come into the picture to resolve and render back to the response, right? So if you see the already how we used to do the configuration, right, for the servlet, dispatcher servlet. So this is the traditional way we used to do, but using the Spring Boot we don't need to bother about all these things, Spring context, Spring dispatcher servlet. This Spring Boot will do and use the auto configuration features to do all these configuration for you. Okay, so let's go to the code and see how does it works, both auto configuration and the dispatcher servlet. Okay, so let's go here and see, this was our the default program. Okay, so let me close this out and run this application. Okay, this application is running. If you see here, application is running on the 80802, and let's run this. So let's try to call this mapping, call this the mapping which exists under the REST controller, user info controller, right? So copy this, go here, and here if you refresh, automatically refresh, and then we are getting this kind of result in the JSON format, maker ID, role, and the maker amount. So this is how we generally call the REST API. We are hitting the request, it's going to the controller. So let's see how the dispatcher servlet and auto configuration is coming into the picture. So whenever you are hitting the request over the web, so this will go to the controller or REST controller. So it came here, okay, in here. So basically this is the REST controller which receives all kind of request, and thereafter basically there is the handler mapping which is mapping the request. So basically in notation, request mapping basically does the mapping. Okay, so once the controller receives the request, it route to the mapping. So what kind of the request has come, so here request is user info, so you have to look for the user info. So mapping is here. If you go to inside get mapping, if you see here, the request mapping is mapped over here. So by using this, it's mapping the request, what kind of request it's coming, and mapped with this method, and from where it's giving the output using the resolver, right? So this is how it's working. So let's see how it is internally working. So here let's currently if you see, okay, this is how the output you are getting. You are not getting the debug level information over here to check how the dispatcher servlet is doing the auto configuration for us, and how the auto configuration is getting configured. So let's see here and put the enable the logging information, right? So logging dot label dot org dot spring framework, right, is equal to debug mode. So let's enable the debug mode. Control is close this and restart the application again. See how many logs in the console has started coming. The lots many log has started coming. And if you see here, okay, go up, yeah, if you see where the dispatcher servlet has been configured. If you see here, auto configuration matched, dispatcher servlet auto configuration matched. Okay, so here it's saying conditional, whatever the dependent jar file you have included in your class path, all that dependent jar file, whatever the requirement the developer has, its Spring Boot is doing the auto configuration. So here the dispatcher servlet auto configuration are doing all these things. If you see that conditional class, dispatcher servlet auto configuration, dispatcher servlet configuration matched. So all these configuration, if you see in the log, are getting populated. HTTP encoding auto configuration, all kind of configuration, read resolver, context, for Jackson to convert into the JSON. All these things are happening over here. So you can study more into this and find out how this auto configuration and dispatcher servlet internally using the annotation and calling it. So whatever the dependent jar you have included, it's all getting configured by the Spring Boot, and you are getting all the output over here. Okay, all the output. So you came to know how these things happening, right? So when the request come to the controller, then you will route the request, delegate the request to the handler mapping, and from there it will go back. Okay, that we saw in the diagram, right? And moreover, if you want to go more into the coding level, you can go to the Spring document, and here you can see the dispatcher servlet derived from the framework servlet, then it derived from the HTTP servlet bean, HTTP servlet, generic servlet, and then object, that we know, right? And here you can see how they implement. They have Spring, basically have Spring guy has implemented all the front control dispatcher servlet for the auto configuration. See, so you can go with this document, Spring MVC document that Spring guys have been given, and you can see both the how the dispatcher servlet is getting worked, and thereafter how the Spring Boot doing the auto configuration, okay, to send the delegate the request, to populate the request and all. Okay, using this web application context. So view resolver, how the view resolver is coming into the picture. So this is the very basic high level, the concepts of the dispatcher servlet, and how the Spring Boot, including the and features of the auto configuration with dispatcher servlet. So that's all for now. You have a time. See you in the next step. Bye bye.